provide legal services. We need Brad. Hold on, Angel. I'm going to get an answer for you, okay? Hang on. Now, Corey, we're going to go back to you on that repo. Hold on, but I want to go to Liz right now. And then, of course, we have Approval Reverse Mortgage with us, Mary Jane, if you have any questions for her. But I have some emails I saved for reverse loan questions that I've gotten. Liz, what's going on with your HOA, Liz? Had you called before about this? You bought a townhouse, wasn't it, in 2009? Well, hold on. What happened was the gutters were leaking onto the porch, causing problems. The HOA cleaned the gutters, but you're saying they won't do anything else. I thought Deputy Dollar talked to the management company, and they said they were going to work on it. Yeah. You know, is it your neighbor? Is it your neighbor giving them a hard time causing this? Or now, what's the problem now? What's the hang up now? Okay. I want Deputy Dollar. Do you have Deputy Dollar's number? Did he give you a follow-up number for him? Okay. You know what, Daff, could you mark this, and we'll do it. We'll give this to Deputy Dollar, okay? He was taking care of this. He has a contact at the HOA. But, you know, the good news, Liz, we got some movement. That's the important part. So hang in there and let him take another stab at it. 303-713-TALK. Daff, I don't know if Sue's left you the numbers for the deputies, did she? I think in our contact
they might be in there, but because we have Deputy Smarty Pants too that I'm going to probably be talking to today.
I'll take a look.
All right, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so Corey, listen, man, I talked to our attorneys off the air, and I have to tell you something. It's too late once it goes to sale, and now there's a deficiency. You had all the time you needed to do all of your motions and protesting and all of that. It's going to be damn near impossible to undo this thing. So, and for those listening, Corey had forced insurance put on his car because his insurance lapsed. As a result, his payment was short because the payment goes up when you have forced insurance. As a result of that, it was repoed, and he didn't pay off or cure it before they auctioned it. Corey, I can't go back and go through each step to see if they followed the law, but most likely they did. I say most likely because lenders are very careful to follow the law. Now, let's talk about this. What can you do about the $3,000 deficiency? That's the important thing. What kind of car? A 2017 Camaro. How much did you owe on it at the time, Corey? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't bring you up. There you go, Corey. How much? How much?
I owed, so principal, the letter that I just received.
No, the one right before it went to auction. How much did you owe with the forced insurance? How much total?
It says principal balance $25,000.
Okay. The question is, what is the retail value of a 2017 Camaro? Because
my blue book was 28.
You see, I'm wondering if there was some shenanigans there, meaning they should have sold it for more, but maybe they sold it to a wink friend or something. See, that's the one part where you can attack the repo. See, some lenders will repo a car, and right now car prices are at an all-time high. So they may sell it to a friend or a dealer friend, they get that money and resell it. So that's the one part you can demand an explanation. Do you know what they sold it for?
Yeah, they sold it for $22,000.
Well, how many miles were on it?
45,000.
Oh my God. They should have gotten more than that.
Yeah, and that was a low Kelly Blue Book.
Okay, listen. Are you in touch with the people that put out the deficiency, or has it gone to collection?
I haven't seen anything on my credit report. When I pulled my credit report, I got 0 missed payments, 0 late fees.
Okay, hold on. Corey, you got to do yourself a favor and listen to me carefully. You need to buy a car as soon as possible, right now. Because once that shows up, you'll never finance a car again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's first thing. Second thing, you need to call. Is $3,000 enough to break you? Because what I would do is I would call them and say this. This is what I would say if it was me. There's no way I can pay you $3,000. I believe you undersold that car, and if you pursue this, I'm doing a bankruptcy. However, I'm willing to settle. Now, Corey, you may not want to settle, but you better. You better settle.
Why I called, because my fiance talked to an attorney here in Denver.
And what did the attorney say?
He says that he specialized in loan repos, this type of situation, and he thinks that at the bare minimum he can get the deficiency taken off and the repo off my record.
Well, good, man. I would go with that guy, really. That's what I think I would do. Now, I know you have another question, so hold on. Daff, can you call Brad O'Brien back after the break so I can take this break? Okay, we're going to talk about that lien on real estate coming up.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now 10 Capital's today at 4, 6:30 KHOW Denver.
I'm sorry, he said he got the right to cure, but I wonder if he did.
Impact traffic.
Who the lender was.
DuckDuckGo traffic center.
Started in Oregon,
is
went to North
sponsored by
Dakota, came to
Audible.
Colorado.
The good news is an earlier crash on I-25 northbound at Colorado that has cleared and traffic's recovering pretty quickly from Hamden.
I
There's
can't do
collision
American
showing up on the
Restoration yet.
westbound side of the Boulder Turnpike, 36 westbound approaching the Caslin, and it looks like traffic is just beginning to slow down through there. And a collision on Mississippi.
I went up to play poker the other
Never
day.
mind, I can't. I got
Denver
the
weather,
point.
sunny, pleasant today. The high getting up toward 80. The low tonight down toward 48.
I'm sorry.
I had the weirdest. I went out to play poker on Saturday after my golf game.
69.
I played for 7 hours.
Traffic and weather.
I
Aaron
never
Johnson,
was
6:30
down more than
now.
$100.
This
Never
fall
was up more than
Audible is the
$100.
best place
I've
to
never
listen to
had
everything you're into. From
a session where it was that card
comedy
did.
to latest bestsellers.
I couldn't win. I couldn't lose. It was unbelievable.
But you were entertained. Okay, guys.
Oh, I had a great time.
Start listening free when you sign up at
But
audible.com.
the
Hold on,
variance
guys.
is ridiculous.
Listen, when it comes to restoration and disaster and cleanup, this area has the biggest percentage of ripoffs. They come in and start doing stuff in your house and scaring you about asbestos or about mold, and they rip your eyes out. They rip your face off when it comes to pricing, or they put a blower on your floor to dry it out, and they charge you by the hour, 24 hours. Listen, when it comes to restoration, there is one company I've always stood behind, and I'm so happy that Rock and his team are back. American Restoration 24/7 for fire, flood, mold, crime cleanup, or unintended deaths where somebody has been dead for a while. Listen, I know this sounds gross, but I can tell you that these guys are certified professionals with the latest in technology and equipment. A 20-year plus veteran with experience like this. Turnkey solutions for certification, removal, sanitation. You need AmRest 24/7. That's AmRest247.com. Call Rock and his team for honest results and professional results. 833-7-AMREST. Please do not put your hands in the hands of rip-offs. 833-7-AMREST. AMREST 24/7. Now, let's talk about getting a home loan. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. 303-867-7000. Why do I say they're ideal loans? Well, first, the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, or you don't have to worry, of course, because they will refinance you free of charge. That's right. That's the interest rate guarantee plus credit optimization, even though you're approved. Hey, you might have a 700, 730, 740 score. You get approved. They can go further and get you a higher score by tweaking your credit legally. You got to call them for details. They also have the pre-approval, which is like a cash deal to you, and the seller will put your offer to the top. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Time to talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because they are
Ideal Home Loans. No two loans are the same. They will rate that loan.
Is that our people? Is that our people did that? Okay, I'm going to come in. I'm going to cut your balls off.
Damn.
Well, save them. Maybe Daphne can make some Rocky Mountain oysters out of them.
Got them with a dull sniffer. You really.
Oh, that's not enough to pee. It takes me 2 minutes just to get there.
Start saving money today. Drink less.
Hey, can we put a urinal in here?
Call
Oh, he says we got one.
The camera pointing at it right now.
How about just put a hole in the window and pee out the window?
Oh my God! When I was a kid, listen.
Oh my goodness.
No. In my room, I would open up the bedroom window and pee out. But it was on the second floor. So one day, my mom's in the giant going,
Improve relationships.
"What's all this yellow stuff on the window? It's a film on the outside of the window."
Call and visit lifebac.com now.
She went out and looked, and I said, and then she figured it out. Who, me and my brother shared the room, who is peeing out the window? And like an honorable brother, I said, he.
Well, of course.
But man, she got so pissed at that. I remember doing that.
I hope she beat the tar out of both of you.
I thought it would go out into the yard.
Well, you didn't check the wind condition, right?
I know.
You didn't do one of these to see which way the wind was blowing.
Including our delicious local food. Led by Dr. Jovic and Dr. Macker, Colorado's
We had a door. It was, I have to say, it's like a fire escape or something, because it went out to the roof. But then the roof slanted down to where you could jump off on a deck. And that's how my brother and I would sneak out at night. But the problem is we couldn't get back up there because we didn't have a ladder there.
We had a balcony up the front of our house.
Denver's Talk Station. Online at khout.com.
We could go out on the balcony, get in the tree, climb down, climb back up, and come back in, right into.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK.
Talk 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Okay, now we have Brad O'Brien, esteemed real estate attorney at referralist.com. I want to ask him a question because this is a weird one. Brad O'Brien, Angel bought a house, and about a week after he bought it, or 2 weeks after he bought it, some mechanics, some contractors put liens on it for work they did before he owned it. He said he got title insurance, but doesn't title insurance have an exclusion that says something like this? If it's not of record, we don't insure against it, or something like that.
Yes, but there are exceptions to that. So title insurance, you normally can get an endorsement to your insurance policy that covers mechanics liens that are recorded after closing.
Okay, but if he didn't ask for that endorsement, is it likely they would volunteer it? I mean, Angel, who put that? Did the seller provide that title insurance?
No, we purchased it when we did a transaction through the title company, and that was.
But who did you purchase it from? A person, right? Not from a bank.
Yeah, purchased it from a person. Yeah.
And who provided title insurance?
The title company that I hired, they provided.
Okay, you hired them. Did you pay for the title insurance or did the seller?
I did.
Do you know, did you call them and ask them if they cover these liens?
No, not yet, because we just got it on Friday, so I wanted to talk to you because...
Brad, what are the chances that title companies will just automatically include that?
Well, pretty good, actually, because the endorsement I'm talking about is called extended coverage endorsement, and that's a very routine add-on. It's only like a $75 or $90 add-on to your basic title policy, and most people get it. So ask the title company, did I have an extended coverage endorsement with my title insurance?
Okay, so Angel, call your title company and ask them if you had extended coverage on your title policy for liens filed after closing. Okay?
Yes, and they just filed last week, so the 28th of September.
Okay, just ask your title company. You tell them it was for work done before you owned the place, and ask them if they'll cover it. If not, call us back. But just do that, okay? That's your first line of business. O'Brien Legal Services, that's olslaw.com. He's also on the referral list. Brad O'Brien, 720-370-7388. Jesse, again, I'm not forgetting you, Corey. Hold on. Jesse, go ahead. What's going on, Jesse?
Oh, good morning, Tom.
Hey.
Thank you for taking my call.
What's happening?
And happy Monday to you.
Thank you.
Things in my universe are not so great, but I'm beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel. I'll explain to you my problem in a nutshell. I had recently, back in mid-August, I had purchased a 2012 Hyundai from Byrider of Denver.
Okay, when did you buy it?
August 11th.
Okay, August 11th. Got it.
They stuck me for bi-monthly payments of $212 each. It's a little high for a 9-year-old car, I think.
Well, it depends on how many payments you made. Bi-monthly payments, that's 2 payments a month of how much each?
$212.
Okay, so what I want to know is how many of those did you have to make?
I made 6 successfully. I ran into trouble with the 4th. And after being out, it was 4 days late on the payment, they came and took the car from my place of employment.
So it was repoed. Another repo. Yeah. Okay, so you missed payments. But, I mean, that's what they do. So what are you complaining about right now? I'm not telling you I don't want to help you, but I don't know what they did wrong.
Well, number one, if I was 10 days late on a payment, they could come and take the car if they wanted. I wasn't. So they took the car anyway, and now at this point they're trying to.
Wait a minute. What do you mean they could? How many days late were you?
4.
Okay. So what does your loan say about repo?
The loan didn't really say anything about that.
Yeah, it does. So why then? Okay, then tell me why you think 10 days is the magic number.
This is what I've been told.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I've never heard of a 10-day wait. If you're late, you're late. It depends on the condition of your loan. Look, there are people. What credit did you have going into this thing? I'm thinking you had bad credit going in, and if you had bad credit going in, they have a very low tolerance loan. Jesse, here's what we have to figure out, okay? It's not that I don't want to help you. We have to figure out if they repoed it illegally or not. That's really what we have to. There's no other discussion. Did they jump the gun or did they repo it legally? Okay? Because as I said, and when did they repo it? You said, was it, you bought it the 11th. When did they repo it?
Last Monday, a week ago.
Okay. Okay, here's the point. Okay? Did they do it properly? That's what we have to figure out.
Right.
So,
and I question the process. That's all.
No, I understand. And like Corey was calling, he waited too long. You're right to do it right now. This is the time to question it right this minute. So we're going to help you. Deputy Doc, what were you going to say?
Oh, we just need a copy of the contract.
Right, exactly right. So we can have our attorneys look at this. If you can get us your finance agreement, and then Deputy Doc will call the finance company.
Yeah, well, in order for me to do that, I have to redeem on the car.
Wait.
Which I'm prepared.
Ho. You can do whatever you want as far as redeeming it. But what do you mean you can't get us a copy of the loan, of the documents?
It's in the car, which is sitting on their lot currently. They don't have a way to get in it, though. I have the key.
Hold on a second. Well, they got a way to get in it. A locksmith will get in it in a second.
Slim Jim.
Do me a favor, Jesse. If you called your lender, they will send you a copy of your agreement.
Okay.
Just call your lender, not adversarially, but call them and say, listen, I might have screwed up here. I'm sorry. I just want a copy of my loan so I can make it right. I want to see what my rights are. Just ask them. Then call us back.
I guess you never heard of Slim Jim to open up a car.
Wait, American Restoration again? No, please.
This report is sponsored. Hey, is it rocking right now? There's a collision
Buy and build.
Broadway and Gerard.
Daphne, those your chocolate chip cookies?
Got it. I'll put it. All right.
They're addicting. They're out of sight.
On American Restoration, or Rock and Associates are up. They're both suspended. Which one did you bring up?
Who?
You said American Restoration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're suspended.
No, they're back. You put them, they got to be
But
put
not
back.
Rock and Associates, just American Restoration. I'll bring them back up.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's Corey? Corey?
Right now it's sunny.
Is that the owner?
No, Rock is.
Rock. Do you have this number?
Why?
This fall, Audible.
Oh, for him, for you? Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Because there's only an 800 number, and I'm not going to call it 800 number.
Exclusive original.
Okay, I'll find it. It's on the back end of the referral list, too.
Let's talk about IV treatment. I get it monthly. In fact, it should be coming up soon. I get it at the beginning of the month. I can text or call them for same-day, same-hour appointments. RockyMountainIVMedics.com. That's RockyMountainIVMedics.com. You know, IV is the most common therapy known to man, really, whether you go to urgent care, emergency rooms, wherever you go. Now you can get it in your home or office. I get it in the studio, and you get it with a medical professional for no more than you would pay at an IV bar. RockyMountainIVMedics.com for hangovers, migraines, deficiencies, dehydration. If you have COVID, you want to get over the hump, 720-987-2155. Text or call 720-987-2155. Now let's talk about one of my favorite places, Buy and Build. Courtney Pierce has built this place, and it is a wonder. Why? Because you can get below, I say below, wholesale prices. In fact, you won't believe the prices on cabinets, vanities, countertops, sinks, faucets, bath hardware, and accessories. Find out more at buyandbuild.net or drop by. It's 560 South LaPan. Here's how you get there. You just go on Alameda, right? And then go west of the interstate and then south on LaPan 2 blocks. Buyandbuild.net, 303-295-6022. Send your contractor or go by yourself or go together, whatever it is, they have it, 303-295-6022.
How much time now? Oh, I'm going to wait. Fuck it.
Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high-rate credit cards, car loans, or other high-interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. That's the ball. We can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Tom, do you think the finance company really had checks every late payment against the credit score?
What do you mean?
Well, he said his credit, he probably has a lousy credit score, so there was no leeway. So you think there's somebody
they do.
They
Put you in tiers when you take a loan out.
Yeah.
If you have poor credit, they give you less tolerance.
Okay.
Especially a high-risk lender. He had a high-risk loan because he's making payments every 2 weeks.
Right.
That's a high-risk loan.
With all agents welcome. Go to bullseyeeventgroup.com. That's bullseyeeventgroup.com to get your tickets today.
When you live in Colorado, it's not if, but when your roof is going to get hit with hail or damaging high winds. But don't worry, we have Golden Spike Roofing. Call for a free roof inspection and know this. If you have an insurance claim, there is no one better than Golden Spike Roofing to help you out. Call 303-942-1386 or find them online at goldenspikeroofing.com.
Golden Spike Roofing.
I need tech that can make me as productive.
So the YouTube is solid today, but I can't put Facebook up on this machine at all. I'm getting literally Facebook. Sorry, something went wrong. We're working on it. And that's literally from Facebook. But I'm live here, and I'm certain you guys are live.
Well, you know what today is, Tom? The first Monday in October.
What about it?
Supreme Court starts its session. There are major issues in this session. Roe v. Wade, religious freedom.
What religious freedom?
Well, there's a few which cases about but there are 4 or 5 blockbuster issues that the court is going to tackle in this session.
Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening to right now.
And I think they're going to sidestep Roe v. Wade. I think they're going to make a narrow decision that is only going to apply to the specific law. Well, is it the Texas one that's coming up? I think whichever law it is, it's coming up. My bet is the ruling is going to be specifically to that issue and not broadly to Roe v. Wade. Excuse me? I don't know.
I don't think Roe v. Wade will ever be reversed.
No.
If this court doesn't do it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Rosemary's with approval reverse mortgage. And Rosemary, a question. With a reverse loan, are there any changes in any kind of legislation or anything that we need to know about? Are they, there are always changes. I'm curious. For example, anything at all that you can think of, or and just put that mic straight to your face, please. Yeah, and turn it on. Yes. So
usually the changes that occur in the reverse mortgage happen in October. And so we're just starting the month, and as of this morning, I did not receive any email that indicated that there was a change yet.
All right. Now, are there jumbo reverse loans for people that have owned big houses with a lot of equity?
Absolutely.
What do they go up to?
You mean the interest rate?
No, the
loan
principal.
to value?
Yes.
It depends.
Not loan to value, the amount, the principal amount. What do they go up to?
$6 million.
What? Oh, come on.
I mean, it depends on...
Can you have a house worth $3 or $4 million and get a reverse loan?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a proprietary account. It's not the typical reverse mortgage, but yes.
Do you guys ever have any rich people with big giant houses doing reverse loans?
Of course.
You know where I think it comes in handy? If you bought a home around 500, 600, and you're in the mountain area somewhere, and it's now 4 million, which could easily happen, you can't get that equity out any other way and not pay tax on it. This is one of the ways you can get it out without paying tax on it.
Right, because any income that you take from the reverse mortgage is not reported to the IRS.
It's not income.
No.
And therefore, and it's not a sale. Yet you have a lien on your home, and you have money in your pocket, and you're not paying tax on the equity. If you sold it, put the money in the bank, you'd pay long-term capital gains on it.
Correct.
Anyway, approval
after the exemption.
Huh?
After the $500,000 exemption.
After the $500,000 exemption for a married couple, $250,000 for a single person. Now, Courtney, what's going on with you? What's happening, Courtney?
Oh, hi there, Tom.
Hi.
I just sent you an email with a couple of screenshots that I took. I'm not sure if you had received.
Oh no, but I'll look at it. Daph, did you send that to me? That email?
I have not at this moment.
Okay, she's going to send it to me. What is that? What did you send in an email, Courtney?
So it was a couple of posts made on Nextdoor this weekend. A woman who wanted to have a petition for mandatory vaccinations for school children in CVSD. And then, excuse me, and then she also said that her partner is a local school nurse here. And they're going to be, quote, if parents are abusing their children by not giving them the vaccine, they're going to identify those children, pull them out of class, and give it to them without parents.
I don't think they're going to do that. They're not going to do that without some kind of a law being passed.
Okay. I did email, I did contact BVSD, and they received my message, but they haven't even told me if they are aware.
We'll put in some calls. But listen, I have heard nothing about them taking children out of school and giving them the vaccine against their parents' will. Now, I'm not saying that that's impossible to happen in the future. I mean, there are girls that can, get birth control without parents' consent. There are girls that can get abortions without parents' consent. That happens. There are certain medical things that the schools have been doing, or let's say society has been doing, based on the current law or precedent set in court. However, I've not heard anything about forcing a vaccine on children without parents' consent. I've not heard that, okay? I'm not saying it won't happen, but as of now, we'll look at it for sure. If you can hang on, I'd love to talk about that.
Okay.
And then I'd love to, but I don't think that's going to happen. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hang on.
We'll be right back with a lot more.
Plus approval reverse mortgage on the Troubleshooter Show.
Tom, can I say one
Yeah,
thing?
if you could just remind callers, I will promise to get to them, okay, just so they hang.
It's apples and oranges. When they passed a law about girls being able to get abortions without parental consent, the girls wanted it. What she's saying is that the children aren't wanting it, they're being forced to. So it's a little bit different story.
It is, but you're right. They're not forcing an abortion on a kid.
Right.
You're right.
That is totally shot
So
into
what?
a kid without consent. That's
What?
what he did.
Again?
That forcing a shot into a kid without
Oh,
consent.
no, but I'm saying,
That's pretty
that's a
bad.
different issue than
But
a
it
girl,
is different,
than
yeah.
a woman wanting an abortion out there. She's choosing it. These kids
Aaron,
aren't
look at
choosing
this.
it.
I want to show you this commercial here.
What?
And I know. We agree on that. Everything but education.
I wouldn't send my kid to a public school. I would work 3 jobs.
I agree with you. We're not Catholic, and we sent my son. He wanted to go to Regis, which is a Jesuit high school, and we're not even Catholic. What? You got a great education.
Ready? I want to show this to you. I want to show it to Lee. I want to know if it gets any points across. Let me turn this on. It's just a real short spot, and I just produced it.
I saw your spots on Fox. I thought they were kind of cute.
Okay, this one. Here we go. Ready?
Okay.
I hate this fucking thing. That thing should. I'll get ready. Let's see if I can get
Thanks to advancements in technology, $150 can save your life.
I wasn't sick, you know?
The most accurate, low-cost diagnostic method available for detecting heart disease and risk of stroke.
And allowed me to take steps that would give me, as I say, a new lease on life.
There's no reason to wait. It's fast, affordable, and it can save your life.
It's miraculous.
Call now.
I think that's pretty cool.
Okay, good. They got the point across.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
That's my wife, by the way.
It is. Wow, that is a great ad.
Did you recognize?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know about the commercial. I like the hot chick.
How many places can do that? How
Oh
many
my God, there's
places
two,
are doing
Denver,
it?
Boulder now. Let me tell you something. This guy was on death's fucking door, and he didn't even know it. He was on death's door.
Is it any different than just a regular?
They got him
carotid
into
scan,
surgery.
Tom?
Yeah, yes, and
Tell
you
me-
know,
tell me how.
and only you will ask that because the reason I didn't go into that because it's only 30 seconds.
Right.
Because regular carotid only show calcification. This shows the softest
Black as
of
well.
soft,
Okay.
and that's the new thing.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, because your doctor will just check you by.
I brought you a cookie.
cookie.
Oh, you like that? Okay.
Oh, my.
And it's only 150
Where's mine,
bucks.
Daphne?
Oh yeah,
Did you get one in there?
Not yet.
My God,
I'll bring
Julie.
it.
I'm going to need some coffee to have with this.
And listen, get some coffee with this. You will never have better cookies in your frickin' life.
How come you didn't get one?
What?
How come they didn't bring you one?
See, now you're rubbing it in.
I mean, is this,
No, that's what I was
is
teasing.
somebody, is it homemade?
Daphne, was she?
She makes it.
Yes. She
Oh,
made it.
looks good.
Yeah, I'm understanding that they are good.
This car situation, even though he was paying bi-monthly,
Okay.
why didn't he get a right to cure? You have so many days after you get the right to cure.
This guy and the other guy that was that lost his earlier,
Yeah, Corey.
they're losing. They're not paying attention to their own timeline. Okay. See, Corey's got this money coming out every week, every week, and he thinks it's paying his stuff. Well, as soon as he got one notification, he should have jacked all the way down his whole chain to
I
see what
know,
was going
but
on.
even if you are late 1 month, they have to give you a right to cure. And that right to cure says you have so many days to bring your loan current. I mean, in both these situations, their cars got repoed immediately.
Which I'm putting that on the car dealerships. Yeah, I think they just
But they have nothing to do with it, it's the lender.
the lender.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
the loans,
the
these are all
lender's
financed.
the lender's pulling the
The
car.
lenders are the ones that.
Selling it
Yeah.
to his buddy.
Yeah, and the repo companies that do them, that repossess them, they need to have the documentation. They can't just go repo. They've got to have evidence that the due process was followed. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me that he was 4 days late and they repoed his car. No way.
Well,
You
if
have to have a right to cure.
Well, if I'm the car dealer and I'm the lender, and the repo company works for both of us.
Well, that's the thing. Was it a buy here finance here deal, or were they really lenders that bought that paper?
We don't know that
Yeah.
yet. We
And
don't know
he
that
said
yet.
he bought that Hyundai from Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
That's
JD
Yeah,
Ryder.
JD Ryder, and they do a lot of in-store finance.
They scared me when I first moved to Colorado.
Yeah. But both of those situations, something's missing because everybody has to have the due process, no matter what kind of, if it's a house, if it's a car, I mean, anything that you purchase
Well,
on the long term.
Tom spent, I guess it might have been a couple of weeks ago. He spent a couple of outbursts on due process and people just letting stuff slide. Okay, just letting stuff slide.
Yeah, they ignore the notices and.
And shooting yourself in the foot.
Oh yeah, that's very true. I like that first guy. He moved around a lot, so maybe he didn't notify the lender of his current address. It was on automatic pay through his checking account, so maybe he didn't keep them informed. I mean, you know.
Which was probably his problem. And then back to what I'm saying, when he got his first indication that anything had changed, okay, he should have straight down his chain.
Well, see, once you get a right to cure, if it's been served to you once, and then you become, on an auto loan, if you become delinquent again, they're gonna send you another time frame that you have to bring it current. So you should always get.
And they're operating at full capacity and can get to you quickly. They're following all CDC guidelines. Their technicians take the precautions not to spread the virus and to ensure a healthy and safe environment, both for their employees and, of course, for you and your
I think our YouTube audience is interested in your wife and Mark's wife now. They want Suzanne to do some advertising spots.
Their cleaning system. Get the carpet clean and keep it clean. ZeroResDenver.com. It's the Dan Capella Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. Monday at 4 with COVID harm dropping even further in Colorado and the data showing the mask mandates have made no real difference for kids. Is it time to drop all the restrictions? And why won't publicists on the left ever tell you what victory looks like? How low is low enough? Join me at 4.
I'm opposed to almost everything that Dan Capella stands for. I'm not into an accent. I call him his coordinator.
This is the Troubleshooter
Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. If you're looking for beautiful bathrooms, specifically showers and tubs or shubs. Tower, that's a shower tub combinations.
He loves saying that word.
I don't know. I made it up. It's stupid. Shubs. No,
but
he does a great job. And they're custom. They're rectangle. If you do these custom showers with perimeter drains, and they have no threshold, so people with disabilities find them wonderful with grab bars and seats, and you customize them for you. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Special pricing for veterans and seniors, and they can get started the very next day. They have all things in stock. They planned ahead. 303-904-2000. Get it ready for Thanksgiving and the holidays. 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Okay, so Rosemary's with us from Approval Reverse Mortgage. We were told you can get jumbo loans, my God, for homes up to $7 million. A lot of people are doing it not because they're even short of money. Some people are doing it to get the equity out of their home without paying any capital gains taxes. And the only thing you can ever owe is the house. Of course, in almost every case, I was told, Mary Jane, in almost every case known so far, statistically, that when you take all the accrued interest of a reverse loan and the appreciation of a home, there is very seldom a situation where there's a deficiency. Now, of course, they'll never come after you or your estate for a deficiency. But even without that, there haven't been many deficiencies, have there? Statistically, you don't know, but I've talked to people who've done loans, plenty. Do you know of any?
I do not.
I know. And a lot of estates, now here's where some estates get upset. They may not have as much equity as they wanted for the kids, but big deal. I say, you live your life. You know, that equity in that house, most of the time you didn't even earn it. It accrued. It appreciated. That's like free money. You're just extracting it from the marketplace. And if you need it to live on, forget about leaving it to your kids. I'm serious about that. If you need it to live on.
That's right. And that's the first question, really, that a person needs to look at. If you think you have to leave the equity of your home to your children, then the reverse mortgage is not for you.
Okay, I'm going to go back to that vaccination call. Courtney, I can find nothing. I looked during the break, and I can find nothing where schools are going to force vaccinations. Now, this is just somebody spouting off on, on Nextdoor like they do on Facebook and everything else. I mean, I don't, I think people get too wrapped up in these social media posts and social media, and they think that everyone is watching. And I mean, I've seen friendships fall apart over Facebook. But Courtney, we can find no evidence of that whatsoever.
What's that? Okay. Yeah, I figured it might just be someone trying to,
Yeah, that's what
attention.
everyone's doing. Listen, people are so vehemently adhere to their own philosophy. I have a weird philosophy. I was wobbly, and I decided, what the hell, I'm going to get it. But I don't want to mandate. I got it. It's done. Maybe I'll get the booster shot. Probably I will. Deputy Doc got it. A lot of people say you're crazy for doing that. I don't want to force anyone to do it. Why would we want to force anybody? Because if you're vaccinated, I'm protected, I'm told. And so why am I caring if I know people are saying, well, it affects everyone. You can infect other people. But we all know that both vaccinated and unvaccinated can infect. And I think people need to make their own choice. I'm not for mandates, but I'm also not anti either. I don't know why we can't just let people live, especially now when, if the truth be known, it is not as deadly as people think it is anymore. I mean, it's not a good thing. I don't want anyone to get sick or to take it lightly. We're in but it's no longer a pandemic technically, if you go by the numbers. Here's one thing, though, that pissed me off the other day, Courtney. Fauci says it's too early to tell if families should get together for the holidays. Now, listen. He was saying this while I was watching on TV the Broncos Stadium here, filled to capacity. So I'm wondering, are people stupid? Do they think we are stupid? I mean, we're watching sports events, award shows, birthday parties for big politicians. We're watching all over the country people getting together in thousands and thousands and thousands. Then we're told you can't have 10 people over for the holidays. Now, does that make sense to anyone? I don't know. Anyway.
I think he's differentiating between indoor and outdoor activities. That's all.
Yeah, but, Doc.
No, I'm not saying I agree with him. I'm just saying that's his
I would
position.
say I'll take my chances with 10 family members rather than 75,000 people in that stadium. That's what I'll take my chances.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that was his position. Though.
Is that what he said?
I believe so.
Yeah. So, and by the way, remember Mayor Hancock? Pass the potatoes, not the COVID. Stay home or don't have people over. And meanwhile, he was at the airport flying out to see his daughter. That's our whore-loving mayor. Carol, what's going on with you? Carol, what's happening?
Hi.
Hi, Carol. What's going on?
I got divorced in 2020, and I knew at the time.
Carol, may I ask something? I'm serious. I'm just asking this out of curiosity. Did it have anything to do? And I'm not trying to make a case here. I'm just asking. Did it have anything to do with the closeness during the COVID shut-ins, where you got sick of each other?
No. He
Okay.
had a girlfriend long before that.
Okay, got it. All right. Divorced in 2020. What's going on?
Okay. So I knew that we always had money. I didn't know where. He handled all the finances.
What was when you say you knew you always had money? In what way?
In what way? He made a lot of money. He owned his own businesses. He had 3 LLCs, and I made about $100,000 a year.
Okay, so you made $100,000. What did he? What did he make about?
About 160.
Okay. So he owned his own business. What kind? I'm not asking for a name. What kind of business?
An IT contracting business.
Okay. And so, and then you had $100,000. So you guys were comfortable. And so what happened then? So you had to do financial disclosures, right?
Right.
And what's going on?
But he didn't. Okay, he didn't disclose his businesses. He closed them all before the divorce. He didn't disclose any business information. He listed his business accounts and didn't show the statements.
What do you mean he closed his business?
He closed his business and opened a new business.
Wait, but they go by an average of what he was making. They're not going to say, "Oh, poor you, you have a new business, you're not making anything," did they? And if they did, you had a stupid attorney.
There were no attorneys.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of good, I guess. Did you do mediation?
We did mediation, but it wasn't a matter of discussing finances. It was all about the child.
Okay. Okay, hold on a second. So this is very enlightening. You guys did this whole thing without an attorney.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So and when you say you mediated, who was there mediating for you?
Just a mediator was there, and they discussed finances a little bit, and they said, "Oh, did you guys figure it out?"
Okay, and was there a child support? Hold on. Was there a child support set?
Yes.
And that was based on income, right?
Correct, but he took a full-time job and made $40,000 less a year.
So at the time, the child support was set. You have 1 or 2 kids, or 3?
One.
And how much was it set for him?
$400 a month.
Oh my God, $400 a month. You mean $400 a week, right?
Yeah, no.
Come on, are you serious?
I'm serious.
Were you still making $100 grand, and he looked like he was making less?
Yes. We divorced, and at the time of the divorce, I was on long-term disability. I was on disability because mentally the divorce broke me. And he was claiming less money, and I just went by what he was making and didn't think back at what he was making. So I know this is my fault, but I was not mentally capable of making decisions. All I cared about was my kid.
All right.
We have a 50-50 split.
You mean parenting time?
Correct.
Okay, so where are we going with this? Did he, I think the call said he was hiding money.
Yes, in his businesses.
All right, hold on. I want to get a divorce attorney on to help so you can get some real legal advice. Hang on. All right, don't go away. Now, I want to remind everyone, Corey, I swear to you, I'm going to come to you about your apartment complex, okay? If you hold on. Are you there, Corey?
Yeah.
I just want to verify all of this. And Wojtek, this title protection, we found some good news about this, about what it is, and we found free services, okay? So hang on, and we'll explain it. And Carol, I'm going to come back to you. Now, Gary, I want you to just tell us, what is this Mercedes recall all about?
Morning, Tom. And
Hey.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
What the recall is all about is that, like what happened with the Volkswagen?
Yes. You mean with the lying software?
Yes, sir. And the Mercedes went through the same situation. What it is, they had a lawsuit against them for their diesel engines, in the same situation.
Are you sure of that?
Yes, sir.
Is it a class action?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hang on. I want to come back to that, too. We got a lot of great things to discuss right here on the Troubleshooter Show.
BullseyeEventGroup.com's VIP tailgate presented by Isle Lady Like Blackhawk and Caesars Rewards Ultimate Premium Bar for 3 hours before Broncos home games. All you can eat food for 3 hours by
Rich Harris.
Aaron May. And
Harris Family Law, Rich Harris.
Now at BullseyeEventGroup.com. The Broncos VIP tailgate and KOA's Game Day Home has indoor and outdoor lounge seating for a VIP tailgate experience.
Okay, guys, I got 2 spots coming up.
At the Mile High Monument with all ages welcome. Go to BullseyeEventGroup.com. That's BullseyeEventGroup.com to get your tickets today.
You know, a lot of people fix up their homes to sell, or they're buying a new home and they want new floors. Simply Floors, Inc. is the place to call. Buddy and Karen Mitchell run a great place. They're the gurus of telling you what you need. And they have the best pricing and the best installers and the best experience. They'll come to you. You can make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You can buy floor coverings anywhere, but you only get Buddy and Karen and their expertise and their installers and their financing and their warranties at SimplyFloorsInc.com. Once you fix up that house, hey, you may want to sell it. You go the conventional way. You can, of course, with our Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, or you can just make a phone call. Maybe you don't want to fix up your house. You don't want inspections. You don't want commissions. You just want to sell right now. Try HomeVestors, 800-44-BUYER. Not for everyone, but how will you know if you don't call? At least see what they have to say. I know they'll write you a check if they want your house, and if it's the price you want, you get out of town. HomeVestors, 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard. It can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Colorado area attorneys. 8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado, 80111.
When you have to retire, with a free retirement assessment, an Allred financial advisor can help you start planning, protecting, and maximizing your life savings while considering the retirement stresses of today. Whether it's inflation, healthcare costs, or Social Security complexities, discover the steps to take now to reach your financial goals tomorrow. Call 866-770-2728. There's no cost or commitment. Call 866-770-2728 or visit allredfinancial.com.
Why do I want you to know about Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine? Because they can help you with any kind of pain. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino and a patient. Musculoskeletal injuries, they heal them. Orthopedic injuries, they help with all of them. Pain does not have to be a permanent condition. I know. All insurance accepted. Same-day appointments available. 303-GOT-PAIN. ColoradoPainCare.com.
Damn right, baby. Colorado Pain Care, my peeps.
I gotta go see him, Tom. I mean, this morning you got me rocking.
Now listen, Talib, I'm telling you that those are my results, but I swear to God, I just love them.
I understand, but when you find somebody that is doing that, then you have to consider whatever that process is.
Will they give me an epidural shot?
Yeah.
Without a whole bunch of rigmarole?
They give you a trigger point, yeah.
If I go in on Wednesday,
a trigger point. You say that. All you say is Dr. Mogan. Ask for him.
Dr. Mogan?
And say, listen.
Okay.
Bob, listen. Tom says your trigger points are right on.
Okay.
He'll try to pinpoint it. What it is, it's not a cure. You know what it is.
Yeah.
It gets you over the hump.
Right.
Sometimes he says your body can't heal because you keep
moving. Right.
Yeah, and it's inflamed. If you take that inflammation out.
I know. I got it. That's what. Yeah.
So, and you tell him where it is, and he'll try to find it. But he'll do it right there. Right. But when you make your appointment, say, listen, Tom said that Bob's trigger points or Dr. Mogan's trigger points are perfect.
Do you have Rich's phone number? He's not answering. When was the last time you cleaned this thing? Because I see Mark using it.
Yeah, I know it, and that's what's gross to me.
Can you just say, look,
Mark's gross.
I got you.
Good.
And I'm going to clean this one.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. You need Rich Harris?
Mm-hmm. I have Blake.
No, Rich Harris. I just know their general number, but that'll get you.
No, I have him, and he didn't answer. So I asked Blake for his cell number.
No, Blake is not. They're not related. Blake Harris and Rich Harris, different firms altogether. Rich Harris. Let me see if I have it. Son of a bitch. She should have left all these cell numbers.
Which company is it?
Harris Family Law.
Harris Family Law. Hold on.
Rich Harris.
Sponsored by Newsy, the only free 24/7 over-the-air news network.
Warm and sunny for your Monday. We're looking at temperatures right around 80 degrees, light wind, and plenty of sunshine to go around. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team Meteorologist Kylie Burst.
Get your news with Newsy, the only 24/7 news network that's free, using your TV's digital antenna or your favorite streaming device. Newsy is the essential, relevant journalism you've been searching for. Solid facts without the opinion. Learn more at newsy.com.
630 KL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Yes, we have. We're trying to get a hold of Harris Family Law at 303-515-5000 to talk to Rich about this ex hiding money and what you do about it. So hang on there. Gary, this Mercedes recall, real quick. Let me get to that. And then we'll go back to our other callers. So is there a class action lawsuit?
There was, and it was settled. And then what it was is that Mercedes then was supposed to repair, the damaged parts, which was giving you a completely new exhaust system, sensors, and a reprogramming of your computer.
Okay.
Should I continue?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay. So here's my story. Is that what it is that I have a 2010 Mercedes Sprinter van, and then it was a used van, and they said that the recall was for everybody. What it is then is the way it worked is you set up an appointment with Mercedes, you bring your van in, and they give you the completely new exhaust system, sensors, and then reprogramming the ECU. I brought my van in for this, and the day I went to pick it up, I couldn't even get it out of the parking lot. I went to go start the engine, and I had a check engine light. I went back inside the building. I told them at the service desk, I said, hey, I got a check engine light. Do you guys want to check this out? And I was told at that time there was nobody there from service, that I would need to come back.
What dealer did you go to?
Mercedes-Benz of Loveland.
Yeah, that's your problem. Okay. Then what?
Okay, and then I went. They told me that go ahead and just take the van home. The reason why is I don't have a ride.
So what went on? I mean, did you ever get it fixed?
No, sir. What it is trying to make a long story short. I drove the van home that day. I heard a very loud air noise. It sounded like a boost valve or something like that was just leaking air everywhere. Drove it home. They came the next day, picked it up from my house, and then they told me that what was throwing the engine check engine light was the DEF heater for the DEF system, which is for the diesel.
But it has nothing to do with the class action lawsuit, right?
Okay, so but that was the start of the problem, and then at that time I told them again.
Gary, can I just speed forward and just tell me if I'm right or wrong?
Yes.
There might be a recall on your Benz, but something else went wrong, and you're trying to blame it on the recall to get it fixed. Is that truly the essence of this call?
No, sir.
Okay, what is the essence of the call then? It's going to be what I just said. Go ahead. What is the essence?
Okay, so the essence of the call is that when they put this AEM inside my van, they told me that all the parts needed to seat and that I needed to drive it down the highway. I took it down the highway. The van wouldn't make any power. And then, once again, long story short, the van just completely died.
Okay. The ACM, you said they put it in ACM.
Well, they reprogrammed. They call it an AEM.
AEM. And hold on. The AEM that you're calling, was that part of the recall?
Yes, sir. It was
okay. You're saying exactly what I just said. So you had the recall done. Now you're blaming the other problem on the recall.
Well,
Gary, if that's is that yes or no? I mean, or not? Then that's okay. So let's get to your problem and forget about the recall, because according to you, it has nothing to do with this. So where are we right now, and how can I help you?
Okay, so what it is that after this recall, the van doesn't run anymore.
Okay. God, did I just say that? I said the essence of the call is you have another problem with your van that you're blaming on the recall. What did Gary say? No, that is not what I'm calling about. Gary, did you hear when I asked, are you calling because you have another problem with your van and you're blaming it on the recall? You said no. Now you're telling me, yes, it does have to do with the recall. Is that correct?
Yes,
just tell me so I can help you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did they do you think, connected to what went wrong?
So what they told me is that the air noise that I heard was a leaking exhaust system, and that it melted the wiring harness on the engine and also melted the actuator for the turbocharger.
But what does that have to do with the recall?
Well, because the system that they worked on, that's what they were saying. They were saying, when I talked to the service manager, he said that with the work that they did, they could have knocked something loose to produce that air leak.
Okay.
The air leak
now, I thought you said you heard that noise and stuff before they took it in for the recall.
No, sir. No,
okay.
No.
Okay, so it's only after they worked on it that you had that problem.
Yes.
Okay. Did you get an actual opinion that said the work they did was close to that area and could have caused an exhaust leak?
Okay, no, I have not.
Okay, would you do me a favor? Listen carefully. And Gary, if you do what I say, you can get some help. We need to get an expert to look at the proximity of where they worked to affect the recall. Then you need an opinion as to whether or not that could have caused the exhaust leak. And who I would recommend for that in your area is Tom at Hands On Auto Care.
Hands On.
Yeah, now he's just, you call Tom and say, Tom Martino said you could give me an opinion. Now, you may have to pay for his time. I don't know. Just tell him you don't want a lot of repairs, but you need to know if the work they did on the recall, do you have an invoice for that recall?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay, good. Ask him to look at that invoice. And the work they did, was it in close enough proximity to that exhaust that it could have caused a leak? Is your car drivable right now?
It had to be towed to the dealer.
Ah, crap.
But they did drive it off the.
So right now you can't take it to Hands On Auto Care is what you're saying.
That's kind of the point that I'm at. Yeah, it's sitting at the dealer.
Okay,
right
then
now.
here's what you need to do.
Okay.
If it's sitting at the dealer, it's in Loveland.
Yes, sir.
Damn. Oh, I wonder, Daphne. See if SOS Inspection goes up there. Ask Norris to come on for a sec. Hold on.
Got it.
Hold on a sec, man. All right, now, hold on. Wojtek, let's go back to you now. You want to talk about, and for Carol, we're still trying to get that divorce attorney, okay? Wojtek, you want to know about title protection. You probably heard of Title Lock, right?
Yes.
Title Lock does what it says. It monitors your title and lets you know when something is being recorded, okay?
Okay.
It does not prevent them from recording it. It just tells you when something is being recorded. Then you can investigate it, okay? Now, what would happen without Title Lock? Someone could file a lien or file a quitclaim or anything like that to try to take your home. That could happen. But the reality is, in a court of law, they would never take your home if it was fraudulent. So I think their commercials are a little misleading, saying someone can steal your home and take out a loan on it. Well, they can't really. They can probably sometimes take out a loan. I doubt it. But here's the point. Even if that happened, you're not going to be kicked out of your house. That's the truth. However, there would be a hassle. But no matter what, if you have Title Lock, you still have to fight the filing. They don't fight it for you. They simply let you know it's being filed. Okay? Now, here's the good news. Most county clerks are now offering that service free of charge. You just have to sign up for it.
Well, I called, Douglas County, which is their office is in Castle Rock, and I'm not kidding you. I mean, they're probably the worst people. No, I shouldn't say that.
No, Douglas County. No, they are pretty bad. They are. You're right.
So I think I'm just going to go over there because I heard about that. What you just
Most counties are offering title monitoring. It really shouldn't be called protection or title lock. That's a lot of crap. It's title monitoring is what it is. So,
hey, Tom, thank you. So I'll do that.
All right, man. Let me know how it goes. Norris, do you go up to Norris is with SOS Inspection, usedcarcheckout.com. Norris, do you go up to Loveland?
Yes, and Fort Collins and Greeley. And
Good. I want to ask you something. Now, Gary said he had a recall on his van. And Gary, what did they do? What was the recall? Replacing what you call the AEM?
No, sir. What it is they replaced the complete exhaust system, including the catalytic converter, the particulate filter.
They did go to the exhaust system.
Yeah, and then what it is then they replace the sensors that are in the exhaust system, and then what they have to do is they have to reprogram your computer.
Got it. Now I got it. I'm sorry. They did replace the exhaust system. So Norris, he said shortly after they replaced the exhaust system, he had an exhaust leak which burned up some wires. Is that right, Gary?
Yes, sir, and also the actuator on the turbocharger.
Now, Norris, if you were to look at this car for a one-type inspection, would you be able to tell if that was connected to the recall? I mean, it sounds like it was. If they replaced the exhaust and then the exhaust melted the wires, doesn't that sound...
It depends on what parts of the exhaust and where the wiring was. Yeah, what kind of vehicle is this?
A Sprinter van.
Yes.
Okay.
So listen, so he does go up there. Bottom line, we're going to give you his number. Daff, make sure he gets that number off the air. Norris, SOS Inspections on our referral list at referralist.com. It's 720-940-4752. The rest of your calls coming right up.
KHOW Denver, 630 KL.
Okay, I gotta go. Get a cookie. Yo, it's delicious. Hey, Jane, you're killing me. It's like she leans over time and says, "You need to go
Give me the spots, bro."
The Boulder Turnpike, 36 westbound, getting over to. Van traffic's backed up right now from Northwest Parkway. The traffic lights, they're still not working correctly in Arvada, southbound Wadsworth, right at I-70. Traffic's backed up from West 56th Avenue. There is a collision still clearing. This is going to be at Broadway and Hamden, getting through Englewood. Then for weather, sunny, the high getting up toward 80, the low getting down toward 48. Right now it's sunny and 73. With your impact traffic and weather, Karen Johnson, 630 KHOW. This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
Fix It 24/7 will give you an honest opinion of whatever problem you call about with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. For just $39. You get an expert to your home, licensed, insured, and bonded. When they find the problem, then what they'll do is suggest a fix, and they will fix it and credit you the $39 if you approve it. They also do the incredible Fix It 24/7 fix and tune and clean my furnace. That's a clean and tune, I should say. And give you a no breakdown guarantee. Don't wait for it to be bitter cold. If you're a new customer, $39 to get that done. And they take it apart to the extent they can and practically refurbish the entire system. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. GenesisSolarCO.com. It's an honest solar company. And I'm saying honest because they will be there to repair as well. They have a 25-year guarantee on all of the components and a 25-year guarantee on the savings itself. They'll do a 20-minute site valuation of your home free of charge to see if you're a candidate for solar. And they do it off-site. You don't even have to be there. Call them. You get the tax credits. You own the system. No complications when you sell. GenesisSolarCO.com, 303-475-4317.
Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KDSD. Learn how you can earn a full-time income working from home as a short-term trader. Our proven system has helped thousands of people achieve financial freedom, and there is no prior experience needed. For more information, call us at 888-646-8787. That's 888-646-8787. Or listen to the Trading Group Show, Saturdays at 7 a.m.
Bonnie Shield,
Whether it's the politics of climate change, the challenges of racial injustice, or the ongoing threat of the coronavirus,
yeah. Did you call?
is here to help you better understand issues of our time. Explore enlightening articles at msnbc.com and in a free morning newsletter sent straight to your inbox. You'll get in-depth analysis from columnists who are experts in their fields. MSNBC Daily. Visit msnbc.com to read now and to subscribe to the newsletter for free.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job as some job board. Then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
And what Rich never answered, or he said he could help.
Hey, Tom, do you know what NFTs are?
What?
Do you know what NFTs are?
NFTs.
NFT.
No,
Yeah.
not by
Okay.
NFT.
An NFT are these new things on the internet.
Called the non-fungible
Non-fungible tokens, where you can buy like a trading card, like a baseball card, and there are these images. People are spending
just on the
hundreds of thousands of dollars for this thing that looks like a 12-year-old could have made it. My friend showed me one that went for $350,000.
But why? What do they get?
Because people are collecting them, and it's like Beanie Babies. They think that it's going to be worth something in the future. And what's going to happen is that, like, Tiger Woods just put 10,000 photos on NFT. So people are going to bid on owning one of those things and assuming it's going to appreciate dramatically in value. You would not believe some of the things that these NFTs are. They're not obscene, they're just so childish.
Some of them are real art, and some of them are just that stuff you're talking about. Okay?
Most of them are the secondaries, are the ugly stuff.
Well, I'm not going to say most of them because there are actual artists out there, okay, that are posting up their paintings and so on and so forth, and going into NFT galleries. So
but they're digital.
They're digital, exactly.
Yes.
And non-fungible means
that they're essentially unique.
Right.
They can't be moved. Right. Okay. Non-fungible. Right. Okay. So.
But I mean, these things are just ridiculous.
But then, what good is it? I mean, with art, you can show somebody here.
Because you own it and someone else wants it.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Carol, so listen. As you know, we're trying to get a hold of an attorney, and also you hired an attorney. You hired, I believe, Harris Family Law. Okay, here's what I found out for sure. Now, this is where it gets complicated. If your husband, your ex, lied on any affidavits or documents,
okay,
you can nail him for that if he lied on any documents that were filed with the courts. If you guys if you guys agreed, kind of, and never brought up finances or, hey, do you have any money stashed somewhere? Do you have any money here or there? It may not be contempt. In an official divorce where you file and you have attorneys and you guys are exchanging information and filing financial affidavits, and by the way, he still had to file a financial affidavit, but you said he did not.
He did file a financial affidavit.
Okay, then that's an official record. Did he lie on it?
Yes.
Okay, then you can nail him, okay? Now, you can go and reopen that divorce if he lied on that. What I'd like to know is on that document, when you filed that affidavit, what on it was when he filed it, what is untrue?
He did not claim his Charles Schwab account.
And how much is in it? How much was in it?
I'm not sure how much is in it.
Okay, but hold on. It doesn't matter how much is in it. You have to prove on the date he filed how much was in it, and you can do that with a subpoena on Charles Schwab and him. But you have to do it in an adversarial action unless he'll volunteer it. How much do you suspect was in it?
About $600,000.
Oh my God, this guy's in big trouble. Big trouble.
He didn't claim it. We did subpoena it, but we subpoenaed all records from Charles Schwab.
Good.
And he deferred. No, it was quashed.
Wait, what do you mean it's quashed?
It was quashed because we asked for everything. And they
all you have to do is ask for that month of when you filed for divorce. As soon as you filed, there was a financial stay. You only need those 2 records, that month and the month after.
Well, it was quashed.
Well, you didn't file it properly. You know, Rich Harris knows what he's doing. You don't ask for every record known to man. I mean, what do you mean it's quashed? If you suspect that he hid money on the date of your divorce, after divorce was filed, and on the date he filed his financial affidavit, how can that be quashed? Because it was too far-reaching? Do you know the reason? What was the reason for the quash?
Because he said that the only thing he had in Charles Schwab was his IRA. But I have proof of a brokerage account, 2 brokerage accounts.
What proof do you have?
I have a card, an actual card from Charles Schwab.
A what?
A card, a debit card for his brokerage account.
Okay. Now, how'd you get that card?
When I was moving out, I grabbed a bunch of cards off the shelf from our safe, and I threw them in a wallet, and the wallet was delivered to me by David, my ex.
When did you try to subpoena that?
About 2 months ago.
I can't tell what happened without talking to your attorney. I mean, apparently... they do know what they're doing. Maybe do you know who's handling it there? And did you, if you ask for too much in a subpoena, it will be quashed. If you ask for targeted information, it won't be, especially if you have a suspicion.
It was targeted for the years we were married.
Well, you don't need to target it to the years you were married. It's inconsequential. What you need to do is simply establish it was there the day before he filed his financial affidavit.
Okay, so then should we resubpoena?
Yes. Yes, and tell them to be more narrow. I shouldn't be telling an attorney what to do, but be more narrow in scope. Yep. That's it. That's it. Subpoenas are often turned down when they're too broad in scope. 303-713-8255.
Jesus Christ.
I can't believe Rich Harris would not.
Well, it's one of his associates or something. That seems too weird.
Yeah, it seems too simple. I mean, I know you played.
You show the day before they fucking file.
Exactly.
There's $600,000. Guess what? It's not on his financial affidavit, Your Honor.
One of my buddies, who was a doctor, tried to hit some stuff from his wife. It took him years and years, and probably $200,000 in attorney's fees to get it straightened out.
Did he really?
He was part of a medical group, and he had another company that did drug research, where he would enroll people in drug programs to test new drugs, and he totally hid that company from his wife, and made a lot of money. They get huge amounts of money for enrolling patients because it's so hard that you have to go to trials.
If you're looking for a loan, what about the liquid loan? Oh my goodness, is this loan unbelievable? From Affordable Interest Mortgage. The liquid loan is really a 30-year line of credit on your house. You pay off your first, and then according to your equity, you can draw out more, or you can pay it back, or you can pay down your first, your original first, whatever. It's a line of credit, okay? Now, that other loan goes away, your other first. Now you have a big line of credit, and every dollar you have in your savings account, your checking account, counts against your average daily balance, so you pay less interest. In other words, if you have $10,000 in your checking account, that's $10,000 less you owe on your mortgage. That money's totally liquid. You can borrow up and pay down as much or as little as you want. and it's simple interest only. You got to find out more. Of course, he has regular FHA, VA, and conventional loans as well. AImortgage.net, affordable interest mortgage, AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500. TheArtOfGranite.com for prices immediately on your countertop project. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen, and he'll charge you only wholesale on materials. He makes his money on fabrication and installation, and it's a great value, so much so he's happy to give you prices on the phone, whether it's granite, quartz, or marble, or any natural or man-made solid surface. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919.
Radio advertising.
So part of the deal on the NFT deal, on the NFT action is, I'm an artist. I create a painting or a picture or a photograph, okay? Now, I create this NFT of it, okay? It's non-fungible, and you own it, okay? So now, by virtue of looking in the blockchain, you can prove that you own it. Now, any copies or replicas of it, okay, can be proven to be false. Why?
Okay, now,
because
it's like a
you own
Bitcoin.
the blockchain, yeah.
Now, but the original art piece is not owned by you.
The original art piece is probably, you may even hold the original art piece, okay? You may hold it depending on what your artist is doing. If your artist is actually selling hard work, okay, then you get that hard work. You also get the blockchain key that says, I own this.
But some of them are just selling the NFT like a print.
The NFTs like prints.
Right.
Now, when you set up,
and do they do like a limited number of
when you
NFTs?
when you set up the NFT, you can say how many.
Like one of 100, one of 10.
Yes, exactly. You can set them up all just like that. Okay.
God Almighty, we're buying nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Unless your artist is giving you the real piece. Okay. Now, if your artist is giving you the real piece and somebody else goes and makes them a print, you see what I'm saying? Now you can say that's not real and prove it.
I went to someone's house that had a real Rembrandt.
Authenticated.
I wonder what it was worth.
No.
I got some real leaves. Oh, Facebook had an outage today. That's why we were dead. Got it. Good to know, AG.
Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection action.
Like there are nobodies putting up NFTs though.
Yeah. Anybody can put them out there, and your hope, just like with other altcoins and so on and so forth, is that they catch on. And
this one has $1.80.
Yeah.
But he's asking $6,000.
Yeah. Now, if you got a set of this or a set of that,
oh no! It's not $1.80. It's 1.8 WETH.
Oh, it's 1.8 Ethereum coins.
Yeah.
So it's worth 6,000. Somebody bid 6,000 on this piece of shit.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is.
It's plain insane.
Easy scam like that.
Lots of them, but people are getting sucked up into it. It's one of those double-edged deals, okay? If you're paying attention to what you're doing, okay, you can create some real value for yourself.
Come on, how can some of these fucking things be worth what they're paying?
I said, if you pay
it's a
attention.
gift. There's some gifts on your computer that you own.
Yeah.
Here, here's an example of an NFT.
I know it.
Look at that.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about open enrollment and what it means to you because that's happening pretty soon. And I'm going to get John from Integra Insurance up, And then, Tim, you have a question about a reverse mortgage. Go ahead, Tim.
Yes, good morning, Tom. I'm wondering if I could put my house into a trust and still get a reverse mortgage on it, getting the advantage of protecting my assets from creditors and also depletion in the event of a future nursing home situation.
Well, I can tell you this. A reverse loan kind of protects you from creditors anyway because they put a lien on it for 125% of value, right, Mary Jane? Use your mic, please. So, but I do know, Tim, so that means 125%. So when someone looks up your house, you have no equity, right?
Right,
Okay.
because it's a negative amortization loan, so
Right.
that's why it's
But they reserve 125% of value, right?
1.5 times the appraised
Oh,
value.
1.5 times, 150%. Okay, so that's a good part, Tim. You have no equity. Now, could they sue you and force you to take a draw on that? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's where a trust may come in. But I want to ask you something. I want to tell you something. I know for a fact people who have done reverse loans on houses in a trust. It takes a little more work, right, Mary Jane?
Correct. We have to have a copy of the trust agreement.
Yes.
And the borrower has to be the trustee and has the right to use the property for whatever they want to do with it. So it has to be approved by the lender. So we get a copy of the trust at the time of application, and we submit that to the lender and also to the title company.
All right.
And at closing, then you would sign as a trustee.
So when you draw up your trust, if you don't have it in place already, you should make sure you have the right provisions in there that allows you to do the...
Yeah, the trustee has to be the borrower.
Right.
And they have to give permission, that the trust has to give permission for the house to be used for any purpose they want while they're alive.
Okay.
And Tim, you can you can go to the referralist.com or approvalreverse.com. Now, Corey, I have not forgotten about you. Corey, are you there? We're running out of time, but I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you, and believe me, we have been working behind the scenes, and I want to tell you about the auto loan too. Something I found out. I know you called about 2 issues, and I will come to you about the apartment complex. Just get started on it. What was the problem with the apartment complex?
So the apartment complex, I moved in last year. Every month, so I did a little bit of digging on my emails to get you some real information. But so my rent was $15.99.
Yeah.
And every month I had anywhere between $200 and $800 worth of fees.
Okay, hold on. Between $200 and $800, he said, in fees. Oh my gosh. We'll come back to you and more. Plus open enrollment and reverse loans, whatever's on your mind.
I'm not going to doubt my financial literacy anymore.
My God. I don't understand. I mean, why would someone buy that piece of shit?
Because why were Beanie Babies selling for $50?
Yeah, but to store that on your computer, where does that live if it's not on your computer?
It lives on your computer. It lives in a virtual cloud.
It doesn't live on
but nobody else can access it. And my friend was showing me yesterday that if you have a copy, you can prove it's a copy, not the original, because of the blockchain.
Well, it's the same thing they're doing with Bitcoin.
Yes. It's literally the same thing. Okay, literally the same thing, only they're now...
So I can take a picture of my ass and put it on there.
You can say, like I said, Tiger Woods just had an NFT he set up with 10,000 photographs of him. You can set up a Tom Martino NFT with 100 or 1,000 photographs of you doing various things and see if people want to buy it.
Could I involve cucumbers?
You can involve
anything you want.
As long as it's not an animate object, you can do whatever you want.
Gee, Obama sold his 500 pictures for $50. That book he issued.
Tom, as long as there's no dogs or children, you're okay.
Aren't people nuts?
It is. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, worse.
Stupid, yes. They're spending too much time on the
But
internet.
one of those went for $300,000.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It is.
Even if you went to an art gallery in person, to spend $300,000, you're going to spend 2 weeks looking at the stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. Either people have too much money or too much time on their hands.
Well, I think it's partially the result of our economics right now, because you can't make any money anywhere else. I sold my house, and I'm waiting to buy. I'm going to move into a new one in April. So I'm renting a place right now. So I have the cash from my house that I sold, waiting to purchase my new house. Okay. So let's say it was almost a year. What do you do with a couple $100,000 in a year? There's no way to put it that's safe, that gives you any kind of return.
No.
So people who are willing to take some risk are risking on this because they can't get a return anywhere else.
It's a bad decision.
Yeah, all I can get is 1 or 2% on my money.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's safe, but that's all I can get. It doesn't even cover inflation.
Yeah, and at our age, we can't be at that risk.
Exactly. Plus, I need the money to
for your new house.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, here's a new house, here's my old house, and this cookie is the money.
Mm-hmm.
I need this cookie to buy this house, but I need that cookie, so I can't take any risk.
Liquid, you can't tie it up.
Right, right.
And if you put it in a normal bank, and you're going to
Get 1 or
200,000, you're
2%.
going to get $2 a month.
Right.
Interest. That's it.
It's a crazy situation.
Looking for that one voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts. The one is out there and free on Spotify with over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcast.
I actually have a machine running at my house that is creating or replicating a piece of the interplanetary file system that holds all of this stuff.
What holds what stuff?
Blockchains, NFTs, and so on and so forth.
I don't understand what you mean by hold something. Explain to me.
Okay.
I know what they are. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to get there, guys.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get you focused. So.
No, I am focused.
Okay.
I have a machine that's sitting in my house.
Yeah.
Okay. It's running. It is connected to probably right now about 150 other servers. Okay. And collectively, they are networked with thousands of other servers. Okay. Mine has little pieces of these files in it. Okay. Mine has.
What files? That's not.
Okay.
I don't understand what files.
NFT files, documents, whatever someone is wanting to put out there and validate or lock or share or whatever they're doing with it in this ubiquitous system. It's like a cloud, but when you're talking about a cloud, you're going to a specific server.
Right.
Okay. You're going to an Amazon server. You're going to a Google server. You're going to a Yahoo server. You're going to somebody's server.
Right.
And you know where you're going.
Yeah.
When you're going hunting for these NFTs, when you're putting in those 32, 64, however many character strings that is to get to that particular spot, you're going into a machine. That machine is saying, which machines are in control of this? And then it goes out and finds all of those bad boys or finds one of those bad boys and shows you what you're looking for so that it doesn't have the particular place that it exists.
So let's say I have an NFT. I just bought one of Tiger Woods.
I'll make on my ass if you want.
No thanks.
Okay.
So let's say I just bought one of Tiger Woods' pictures. Okay. Now, is that considered a file that you can find out that I own it?
Say that again.
So I just bought one of Tiger Woods' let's say I bought one of Tiger's photographs.
One of his NFTs.
One of his NFTs. Okay. I purchased it with Ethereum, and it's somewhere on my. Is that considered a file that you can trace and find out who owns that and how much I paid for it?
Okay. What's actually going to happen is What's actually going to happen is you purchased it.
Right.
Okay. So what you got was the address. Okay, access to the address and everything about all the meta information about that. Okay, lives at that particular address that validates it's yours.
How do we know that that person who originated can't just erase it and say "fuck you"?
Because the little piece that I have in my house, if I turn it off, okay, it's replicated.
Do you have an NFT?
I
Did you create one?
I have a server in my house. It's part of the interplanetary file system, which is what all of this stuff kind of sits on. And where did we go? I put art on it. Okay, I put stuff I made on it and then put it out there.
Did anyone buy it yet?
I'm not trying to sell it.
Oh,
I'm just teaching myself. It's not part of a network. I'm not. It's not. I'm
probably put some NFT up there.
Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I'm going to get to your calls. I promise you, we got so many people to talk about and talk to this hour, brought to you by Compass Insurance Group. Time for an insurance checkup. It always is. Well, every 2 years I would do one. 303-996-9000. I'm serious. The insurance checkup is one of the most important things you can do because it may save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Also, waterpros.net, the best water conditioning, treatment, and softening systems for the lowest price anywhere. Most systems under $2,000, fully installed. Waterpros.net. Now, Compass Insurance for the insurance checkup is theinsurancehelpcenter.com or 303-996-9000. Just ask for an insurance checkup. Speaking of insurance checkups, let's check with John with Integra Insurance. This is really important. John Jr., when does open enrollment begin?
Good morning, Tom. On the individual and family markets, open enrollment begins November 1st, and then officially here in Colorado ends on January 15th.
Now, what is open enrollment for?
Open enrollment is for the Affordable Care Act. It's your open enrollment period annually to be able to shop for individual and family health insurance plans. So this is for those who buy their own health insurance on the individual market, and it's pretty much a 2-month window to be able to change your plan.
Why do they do that? Plan. Why did they confine it to a 2-month period of the year?
Primarily risk and costs, right? If it was just open to whenever somebody needed health insurance, right? I just broke a leg, I need to go buy health insurance, and it's June, but otherwise I'm not going to carry health insurance, then that's not a very effective or efficient or profitable way for health insurance companies to maintain or survive.
Okay, so with open enrollment, you have a choice to change your health insurance. If you buy outside of the exchange, do you still have to do it during open enrollment?
Well, there aren't really many options here in the state of Colorado outside of the exchange.
Why?
Why? At least that are not comprehensive coverage, right? Or at least that are comprehensive coverage. Primarily here in the state of Colorado, our division of insurance is very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very behind, obviously, the Affordable Care Act and what it does in comprehensive major medical health insurance coverage. And so the only true comprehensive major medical health insurance plans for individuals and families are those found through the Affordable Care Act. And
okay. Now, have in general, have prices come down on individual health insurance?
Absolutely. Starting our state passed, we got a reinsurance waiver from the federal government that really helped lower health insurance premium costs for a lot of people. And then we had the American Rescue Plan Act that was passed this past year in March under the current administration. And so that significantly expanded tax credit eligibility for individuals and families. So someone or a couple or family who was not able to or not qualified to receive tax credits prior, a lot of people now are eligible for tax credits based on the same income they had before. So it's very much worth looking into and evaluating come open enrollment this year.
Okay, and then next question then, what about Medicaid? Did they expand that further?
Medicaid is not Medicaid. So for low income, it's not expanded further. I mean, we already had it expanded pretty well here in the state of Colorado, and so those numbers still go off of a percentage of the federal poverty level, and we can help people understand and determine whether or not they would be eligible for Medicaid versus eligible for tax credits or not eligible for any subsidies at all.
Do you help people also with Medicare supplements?
Absolutely. Supplement and Advantage plans. I mean, the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans is starting here real soon, October 15th through December 7th. So it's similar to the open enrollment period, but not the exact same as far as dates are concerned. But that's here in a couple of weeks. And Medicare supplements, absolutely, every month of the year. We can
insurance companies drop you?
Well, only due to non-payment of premium.
Okay. So if you get something you really like, and the insurance company says, "Oh man, this guy's more expensive than we thought," they can't drop you.
Oh, not due to your personal health care costs. Absolutely not. Now, that health insurance company could decide that next year, or a lot of people are getting renewal notices this time of the year from their health insurance companies, and that renewal notice may actually say, your plan is not being offered next year. So anyone statewide who's on that plan would be losing that plan, and they'd have to shop for new coverage. But the only other way that you could lose coverage or be dropped by your health insurance company is due to non-payment of premium.
Okay, and as far as if you love what you have, can you just stay put, or do you have to reaffirm?
Well, so that's why if you're a consumer and you buy your own health insurance, you really want to pay attention to these renewal notices going out, both from your health insurance carrier and from, if you buy your plan through Connect for Health Colorado, they will also send out information of whether or not you are eligible for auto renewal. So make sure you're paying attention to those notices, because a lot of people could be eligible for auto renewal, where you do nothing and the plan auto renews for you.
What about me? What about my supplement that you guys got for me? Can I say something, John? I don't know how you did it, but you got me a supplement that I can't even believe. Can I say that I have not paid a dime, not a dime of anything?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's Medico. So
yes, sir. Well, so I mean, you have a Plan G, I believe, right? And so that's the Cadillac plan, and
it's not that, John. It's not that expensive,
right? No. So, but Medicare supplements. Remember, if anyone who's on a Medicare supplement out there, your plan is guaranteed renewable as long as you pay your premium.
Hot damn! So I don't have to do anything.
No, you don't have an open enrollment period or an annual enrollment period. None of that exists for those who are on Medicare supplements.
Talib, do you have a supplement? I guarantee it's not as good as mine. I guarantee it.
Hey,
I've not paid a dime.
John, I have a question.
Yes,
I understand that if you apply for a supplement, the first time they can reject you, and then you have to go to Medicare Advantage.
No.
No.
It depends when you apply for the supplement.
No, right. If you don't apply for it right away, they can reject you when you do apply. Is that correct?
Correct. Your application is medically underwritten. If, let's say you start out with an Advantage plan and 5 years later you want to change to a supplement, your application will be medically underwritten. Yes, sir.
Which means what? They can exclude pre-existing conditions?
Oh no, they can deny the application.
Right.
Oh my God!
That's what happened to me. So my question is, can you reapply for a supplement once you've been turned down a year or two later?
Sure, as long as you can answer no to all those health questions.
Hey, what about this? He's got to answer yes to all of them. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, on can he go back to Advantage then if the supplements all kick his ass?
Oh, no, I have the Advantage stays there.
Oh, okay.
So unless they accept the supplement, my Advantage will continue just like yours.
Now, what is the reason you advise some people to have a supplement and some people to have Advantage?
Well, it's personal, right? have that conversation with each client based on their needs.
Yeah, so your dad told me you want a supplement, Tom, and I don't remember why. He said you.
So I mean, they're different. And supplements, you keep Medicare A and B. The Medicare supplements go with you anywhere you go. It's accepted by original Medicare is accepted by the vast majority of doctors and hospitals in this country. So,
right.
If you travel and you want access more access to doctors and hospitals as you get older, right? A Medicare supplement gives you that. Medicare supplements are guaranteed renewable. That's another benefit of those Medicare supplements, that you don't have to go through the annual enrollment period every single year.
Okay, got it.
That plan will never change on you.
Got it.
It's not owned by a health insurance company.
Got it. So then as far as the advantage, that advantage is more limited than A and B with a supplement?
Well, so your A and B is Medicare. You're forfeiting A and B, right? The Medicare Advantage plans they have to cover what A and B covers, but you are put into a network of doctors and hospitals. There's HMO and there's PPOs, and those plan benefits can change every year.
Okay.
That plan can be canceled if the health insurance company deems that they don't want it to offer it anymore. However, there's a lot of bells and whistles, right? And so it's not a one size. It's not. We 100% of the time recommend Medicare supplements, or vice versa. It's let's have the conversation. What are you looking for? What meets your needs?
All right.
Do you manage your care, or do you want more managed care through your health insurance carrier?
All right.
So those are the conversations we have.
Next question: is there still a penalty if you don't get insurance?
Well, technically, so technically yes, but the penalty is $0, right? So currently, you couldn't get rid of the penalty, so the prior administration just dropped the penalty down to $0.
And Biden's administration has not reinstituted the penalty?
No, sir. Not yet.
Do you think that could happen?
Sure. I mean, sure.
Okay, because do you find fewer people buying it because there's no penalty?
No, actually, right now obviously the pandemic changes a lot of people's mindsets, I think, but we've a lot more people, I think, because a lot more people are eligible for tax credits or a subsidy to help lower the cost of their premiums, and premiums have come down anyway in the last couple of years.
Okay, so for help, and you would be crazy to do it alone, that's IntegraInsurance.com, INTEGRA, Insurance.com, 303-466-5500. More coming right up.
Whether it's the politics of climate change, the challenges of racial injustice, or the ongoing threat of the coronavirus, MSNBC Daily is here to help you better understand issues of our time. Explore enlightening articles at MSNBC.com.
So because of my history, Tom,
yeah, I have to. Well, or they whatever they want, but we don't have headsets, do we? As soon as what's that?
I said because of my history, I couldn't get supplemented.
You could in the beginning. Let's talk about ideal home loans
for your next ideal home loan. You know what I love about Ideal? They have loans that they customize to you. Ideal, of course, can do any term you want. It doesn't have to be 15 or 30. It can be whatever term you want and still get the low rate. Pick what years you want. You don't have to rack it back up. They also do credit optimization. That's really an incredible tool. You're already approved, right? But they go into your credit profile and see if they can improve it even further by maybe paying down a credit card by a few bucks. That can get you enormous savings, or maybe correcting years on the job or something like that. IdealHomeLoans.com. They also have the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, guess what? They refinance you free of charge. Plus, the pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. You don't beat that. I mean, if rates go down, you don't say, damn, I missed the boat. All you do is call them, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. And if you are out looking for a home, hey, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for buying and selling real estate. He can help you either way. He also does free market valuations of your home for the asking. Yes, it's free because he wants to know the market and show you what he can do. There's no obligation to list. He'll let you know what he thinks your house will sell for based on the comparables and based on your home and its condition. And it's free. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
When I first signed up for Medicare, I used a different broker, and then I called Integra, And they said, well, it's too late. You have to reapply.
So you applied for Advantage at first.
At first.
And so therefore you now have to qualify for a supplement.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't do that shit.
Well, I didn't know about Integra at the time.
And now I got
this was 11 years ago before I knew about these guys.
My supplement kicks ass. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, supplements are great.
I haven't paid a dime for anything anywhere.
Well, the Advantage I have is pretty good. I mean, a lot of times I don't pay copays because of professional courtesy. So I'm in a different category. A lot of docs won't charge you a copay if you're a doctor.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
Do you have Humana? What do you have?
I have.
I have Humana.
Yeah.
What's your deductible? My deductible is $5,000.
Is what, $5,000 a year? No, I don't. I have.
I don't have a supplement. I don't have to pay for a supplement.
I have a Medicare Advantage through United Healthcare.
Or through United Health.
Yeah, mine is pretty good. My annual. I don't even think they have the annual. There's no copay for my primary care.
No.
Specialist is $20,
Mine's
and
$45.
ER is $90.
Mine's $90 for ER, but $45 for specialist.
Like I say, a lot of times they don't charge me. Just like, if you work for an airline, you get free.
Yeah, exactly.
Every occupation has its benefits.
Exactly. Does yours cover dental and vision and all that
No.
this year? No?
No.
Didn't add it on? Mine covers all that stuff.
I should check on that.
Even prescription, it even covers prescription.
Yeah, I got the prescription plan.
And your premium is based on your income.
Yeah. Well, it takes it out of your Social Security.
Yeah.
I don't get a separate bill because I just get deducted from Social
Yeah,
Security.
it comes right out of your Social
Right.
Security benefit. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't even look at it because my Social Security just goes right into my bank account.
Yeah, when they send you your annual
Review,
that's when I look at it.
Yeah.
Because it explains why you're being charged so much for each one.
Right. But I bought an annuity when I was 65 that paid 8%.
A lifetime?
And what?
Is it a lifetime benefit?
Guaranteed 8% with a cost of living increase.
Yeah.
So now it's like the goose that laid the golden egg.
Yeah.
I mean, getting 8% on that money is unheard of now.
Yeah.
So
now, are you old? Are you at an age where you have to take the required minimum?
No, I take the required minimum deduction from my 401k and IRA, but with the annuity, I just get the monthly check, which was at 8% plus the COLA. So it's a great deal.
Yeah. So I take annual distribution on
On what?
On my annuity.
Oh, okay. I just get it monthly. It really probably doesn't matter. So did you get the same deal, like 7 or 8%?
Yeah. Plus, I got a bonus when I enrolled in it.
Right. See, I think
I think I had to be in it for 3 years, and then I got the 4% bonus.
Right. So in retrospect, it's great because you could, like we were just talking about, you can't get that kind of return on your investment anywhere.
Well, it depends what the market's doing. Even if the market goes down, I'm guaranteed that growth.
And you guarantee the 8%.
Yeah. And the reverse mortgage line of credit's that way too. The reverse mortgage line of credit is tied to.
Can they hear the show in there, or are they just sitting there? You can hear the show, right?
Who are those people? Tom, who are those two people?
Some friends of mine from years ago, the man John. He was in reverse loans years ago.
He was?
He was the first one that got me involved.
Oh.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Now, Corey, I know you've been waiting a long time, and by the way, anybody else who wants to call, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, or, of course, 303-MARTINO. You can call 24/7, 303-627-8466. Anyway, he moved into an apartment, and his rent $15.99. What I don't understand is he says there are fees every month between $200 and $800. What the heck are these fees? Are they outlined in your lease, Corey, or did they just arbitrarily throw money on it?
No. So
no what? Well, no to what? What part of that?
No to nothing's outlined in the lease about the fee.
Okay, so hold on now. Hold on. $1,599 a month is in your lease.
Yes.
And no other fees are mentioned in your lease.
There are utility
fees
that are included.
Wait, included in the $1,599?
No, that would accrue as you use them.
Okay, they would accrue as you use them. So your lease reads rent is $1,599 plus utilities. Do they say plus anything else?
No. When you look it up, there are some convenient fee, but it's a consistent fee. There's like a trash fee that's a consistent fee.
Okay. Well, what do all the fees? What do all the fees add up to? Yeah, you have common area lights. You have trash.
Yep.
You have other things. All the fees other than utilities. What do they add up to?
So when I looked at this, because it started catching my attention, and so on 7/1, all my fees.
I'm not asking for utilities, just the fees.
Ooh, I'd have to do the math on it, but I'd say, less than $100.
Okay, so somehow your utilities then. So you say between 200 and 800. Tell me not exactly, but more accurately. Is it 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800? What is it? What was it last time?
It changes. So I've had, the last one was $774.85.
Holy crap!
Did you ask the management company?
Bill,
do they break it out?
Bill was
John.
No, they don't.
Did you ask the management company for a breakdown of what that $770 fee was for?
I did, and they told me the management lady in the office told me that she didn't have to.
Well, I don't really know. I don't really know if they have to or not. I don't really know. How do they bill you?
It's everything's done online. They have an online portal, and you go online and it says this is how much you owe, and then you pay it. And if you don't pay that exact amount, it does not allow you to pay it. Whatever fees they add to it, you're forced to pay.
So are you current right now? Just because you don't have any eviction protection, are you current right now?
No. So here's what I did. After 3 months of this, I asked for an itemized list of my fees.
They're going to evict you. They're going to evict you, Corey.
They already did.
Yeah. When is it? When are you? When do you have to be out of there?
Already had to be out.
God, so you know what, man? You've had a terrible year.
This is what I did. I let it go to court because they take you. What they do is, as soon as they give you a late fee, they subpoena you to court.
Okay.
So I said, fine, I'll go to court with you.
And what did you do?
I have no problem. I want to know what these fees are.
Good. So what did you do in court?
I got a call. So here's where things get a little bit.
They outsmarted you.
My court date. They did. So
they said by the way yeah, go ahead. I know what you're going to say. Keep going. You got a default judgment because she didn't show up. Is that the answer?
Their attorney called me.
I'm asking you first. No. First. I listen. I love callers, and I love for them to go on and on and on. I want to ask this first if I'm right or wrong. If I'm wrong, good. Did you get a default judgment?
You're 100% right.
Yeah, of course I am, because you didn't show up, and now you're going to proceed to tell me how they tricked you.
Well, I mean, they told me that they wanted to settle out of court.
I understand, but they never canceled the court appearance. Then they went in and said, no show, and they got a default judgment, and you fell for it.
I did.
Now, when they say we want
You're
hold
100%.
on. When they say we want to settle out of court, did they send you a cancellation or the case dismissed?
They sent me a link to sign papers. When I tried to open that link, it would not open.
You know, man, I got to tell you something. Corey, if it wasn't for your car loan that you told me about earlier, Corey, I'm serious. I'm going to be straight with you right now, okay? If you were my brother, this is what I would tell you. It's not them, Corey. It's you. Because you have too many problems.
No,
you do. You have problems with your insurance. Then you had problems with the auto pay because you didn't increase the amount because you didn't know. Then you had a problem with the forced insurance. Then your car was repoed. Then you had a problem with a deficiency with rent. Then you got evicted. And then you said it was a default judgment. Corey, you have to look in the mirror and say, bro, you just approached everything wrong. I'm sorry. That attorney never dismissed the case. You had an active order to show up in court, and you didn't. You didn't sign the paperwork. You shouldn't have assumed it was going away. What I want to ask you now is, where are you living?
Oh, I got a condo in downtown Denver.
How did you do that after all this trouble? Corey, how did you get an apartment in downtown Denver after all this trouble?
I applied for it. And like I said, I have my shit together. This is 2 inches.
I got it, Shannon. Goodbye, Corey. Okay, he just said a bad word. We're done. But, Corey, you do have your stuff together, but you're also a little loosey-goosey when it comes to procedure, and it's going to come back to haunt you.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
We're on delay. He said shit.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can see that wasn't really cursing. I mean, it's...
Yeah, but we can't say
I know, but he wasn't being obnoxious with the... sometimes you get callers that say F this and F that, and, when they're angry.
Yeah.
That's just a figure of speech that we all use.
Yeah.
Traffic's doing pretty well getting through the midday drive for Monday afternoon in the metro area. There are a couple of slow stretches. One of those that's going to be across I-70, both east and westbound.
Who do I have coming up?
As you are coming away 25 and getting through that road construction there with the new bridge. And also, it looks like traffic's moving slowly on the eastbound side, just as you're headed over toward
You said plus aim, right?
I-25. Sunny getting up toward 80 and a low down to 48. Right now, it's 78. With your impact traffic and weather, Karen Johnson, 630 KHOW.
Sip and save at Circle K with their new drink subscription. Enjoy one coffee or fountain drink every day for only $5.99 a month. Sign up in store. Circle K. Take it easy.
Hey, Sheridan
Auto Tech has everything you want in an auto repair facility. And I mean absolutely everything. First of all, it has honesty, integrity, experience, knowledge, convenience, value, and Uncle Kevin. In business more than 20 years for maintenance, repairs, major repairs, and electrical issues. Oh my goodness, what a great place to go. SheridanAutotech.com in Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth on Colfax. In Aurora, on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. SheridanAutotech.com. If you're looking for a loan, affordable interest mortgage is someone I love, especially when it comes to the liquid loan. Of course, they have FHA, VA, conventional, and jumbo. But what I really love is their liquid loan. It is the best loan ever. It really is. It's a 30-year line of credit. So let's say you owe $100,000 on your house. It pays off that $100,000. Now let's say you have another $100,000 you can take out. That's a line of credit. Now let's say you have $10,000 in the bank. It will count against that $100,000 that they paid off for you. So it's like you only owe $90,000. And then when you pay your bills, it goes back up to 100. In other words, it's a liquid loan. And they give you a checking account to draw out money every time you need it or to pay back. In fact, if you have more money in, it counts against your balance. You got to, in other words, it's just a revolving line over and over. And all you do is pay simple interest. AImortgage.net to find out more. That's the website for affordable interest mortgage, AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500. 720-895-0500. And don't forget, if you're using that loan for real estate, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com will do free market valuations of your home for the asking. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Better than an appraisal, better than Zillow, because why? Because most of homes sell for more than that. So Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for your free market valuation with no obligation.
Will you have enough to retire? With a free retirement assessment,
there's a little thing on the news that Clint Eastwood won a $6 million judgment against a company that used his image on CBD without his permission, but the company is Lithuania. What do you think the odds are of him collecting that money? It was a default judgment, obviously.
There's no cost or commitment. Call 866-770-2728
California, they have the strictest laws
about
celebrity personality.
Somebody
sued me. Listen, somebody sued me in California when my show was because I had some affiliates out there.
Yeah.
So they sued me out there.
For what?
It was a former producer, because you know how I talked to Suze and Deputy Dad?
Yeah.
Well, I used to talk to her, and they gave her a moniker. She claimed, when I fired her, she claimed that I used her personality and all that and her celebrity without her permission, and that she was responsible for 15% of my income. Of course I won, but it took fucking forever to fight, and I had to go to fucking LA. So I got attorney's fees, and the son of a bitch, she wouldn't get off my case. I told her. I took her Cherry Creek condo. Well, because she owed me attorney's fees, and she said, well, you're really going to go after that? I said, yeah, right. I begged her not to do that, because it was so ludicrous and so frivolous to try to sue me for 15% of my net income. Fuck her in perpetuity, because she said she built the show. So not only did I win, or it was dismissed,
attorney's fees.
I got attorney's fees, and I got a judgment against her, and went after her. I got her condo.
Wow.
And
did you sell the condo?
Yeah, to her ex-husband.
What?
To her ex-husband. Goddamn right.
And how much, did she get any money out of it?
I think he let her live there for a while.
No, but so you sold it.
She didn't get shit.
No, did that cover all of her attorney's fees?
Yeah, I settled with him for what I was owed.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I didn't want to hurt her. I didn't want to hurt her.
Right.
I wanted to get paid my attorney's fees.
Yeah.
But I begged her, because she got some fucking celebrity attorney out there that's supposed to smoke up her ass and told her she could do it and get away with it. And so I really got pissed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do
I had to
is
go out
the
to
right
LA
person
with
comes
my
along,
attorney.
which is why you should
it
try
cost me an
ZipRecruiter
extraordinary,
for free
like
at
$190,000.
ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. It's powerful
50% of
technology
my
identifies people
and she
with the
filed
right
in LA
experience.
because my show was there. So it was like,
you get
I had no choice.
So
you had to go
other companies might deliver a lot of pay. ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking
sounds like
for.
at least you had a good attorney.
The needle in
You
the
got your money back, and you fucked her over, which is three things you wanted.
And the attorney was here. He got licensed there for that. You know, they do that for certain. But the guy she got out there was the same attorney that represented Courtney Love.
ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
He was famous for going for celebrities going after shit. After her station. And she wasn't even on the same fucking planet as Courtney Love.
Well, she's a producer, not talent.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, listen, Russ has a question about reverse loans. Let's go to Russ. Russ, go ahead. What's going on with you?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I've got a reverse mortgage question. I have a reverse mortgage, and when I closed, they gave me $38,000 because that's what I wanted. And I'm just wondering, I have like $41,000 yet to get, this year.
Well, let me ask you something, Russ. When you close, first of all, how much did they pay off on your first?
$80,000.
They paid off 80, and then how much total did you have on top of that?
What do you mean as far as equity?
In other words, what line of credit? On top of you said they paid off how much? 80?
80, and they gave me 38, so that left a balance of 130 or 140.
But you still had more.
Yes. Well, I didn't take it out. They just said that I have 41 to take out if I want, and I'm not going to touch it. But
okay.
I'm just curious.
And what did you do with the 38?
Paid a car loan up, paid all my bills.
Okay, and now simple interest accrues against your equity, but your house still keeps appreciating, and you can choose to pay interest or not. It can accrue or you can pay it. And then on how much more money, I know you're not going to take it, but how much more money is available on a line of credit?
Close to 180, I think.
Still available?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that would be good for retirement. And again, no tax on that. What's your question?
Well, I'm just curious. If I keep taking it out, is there a level where, it's going to be more than what the house is worth eventually, or? Well,
I'm jumping in here, and Rosemary's the expert with approval reverse, but I'll let her weigh in. But I want to say this first, okay? The thing about a true reverse loan, if you get one from a legit source, they're guaranteed by the government never to have a deficiency. Here's what it means.
Yes.
They have calculated how much you can draw out. In your case, it was 80 plus 180 plus 38, okay, is what you're telling me, okay? So they've calculated that you can draw out a total of, if I added that up, 80 plus 80, 180 plus 80 plus 38. So they have calculated that you can take out $298,000 total, okay?
Close to that, yeah.
Yeah, 298. 80 of that paid off your first. Now, so 298 is available to you. If you took every penny of it today, you lived another 30 years, your house would never be lost if you keep paying taxes and insurance. Now, let's say your house appreciated more than that in 30 years. Then your estate or you could sell it and pay off the loan. Let's say your house stayed the same. The only thing you would do is sell your house and keep the equity. Let's say your house went down in value. We had a big recession due to ridiculous government spending. Okay, and what would happen then? You die, or you want to go to a nursing home. The most they can take is your home, never a dime more. Am I characterizing that correctly, Mary Jane? Turn that mic on.
So the reverse mortgage is based on your age, and so if you will look in your closing package, you're going to have an amortization schedule, and that predicts and gives your value of your house going up at 4% annually in appreciation. And of course, we've seen some years where appreciation is more than that. Some years, if we have a recession, it'll be a minus. So it doesn't make any difference how long you live. You can live in that house until you pass away. And you could be 125.
Now, once you take all of the money, though, there's no more money available to take unless
the value's gone up and you are eligible for a refinance. Right.
There are people that have done that. There are people who've taken out a reverse loan and got $100,000, and 10 or 15 years later, their house is worth so much more, they went and got another 100.
Well, right now, the way our real estate market is right now.
Do you have people refinancing their...
Absolutely. This year, probably 50% of my loans have been refinancing of the previous loans.
Suck out that equity.
And
you can leave it to your kids or you can suck it out. And I've said this before. You suck it out without any taxes.
And the equities, the line of credits, that's available is good, right? It'll never diminish unless I take
It'll go
out,
up.
right?
That's right. And
it'll go up.
Remember, your line of credit has a guaranteed growth feature, and it's tied to your interest rate. If your interest rate goes up, your line of credit should grow at 0.5% higher than whatever your rate is.
So get this, bro.
Okay.
That means if you have 180 available and it goes up every year, you would have 188 available maybe.
Yeah.
And that document in your closing package, the amortization schedule, is going to show you that forecasting of what happens during your lifetime to age 100 to the youngest borrower.
Listen, I'm not saying this is for everyone but you know what? I'm tired of this. The arguments against it are this. Well, it eats up the equity in your home. Yes, it does. And guess where that equity goes? To you, except for interest. Now, you have a conventional loan, you're still paying interest. So it may not be eating up your equity, but it's eating up your bank account. I mean, you're going to pay it one way or another, so you get to choose. Do I want to take it out of my bank and pay interest, or do I want it to accrue against my house so when I die, hey, I hope my house is worth nothing. I hope I extracted every penny because there would be nothing wrong with it. And guess what? If I don't extract every penny, when I die, my family gets to sell it and keep the equity I didn't extract. But this crap that I got to leave it to my kids is a bunch of crap in my opinion. Yeah, a bunch of crap. Angel got a title, follow-up, has an answer on his title. That was on his title insurance. What happened was he bought a house, and right after he bought it, there were some liens filed, and I asked him to call me back when he talked to his title insurance. We'll come back to him and more right after this.
So let me say, so you have,
I'm done with two.
Let's say, for example, you have a house, let's use round numbers, $400,000. You have $200,000 equity, and you have a conventional loan, $200,000. So you get a reverse loan, right?
Over on the west side, as you get through
and how much money do you get?
Highway 93,
based on the youngest
Canyon
borrower's
Road.
age.
Okay, let's say someone
So
is...
we have to keep that reserve. So let's say there's 75.
The drive across
Okay.
And with
I-70
the rates
east
as
and
low as
west
they are,
on
let's say
Clear
that
between
you have to
I-25
assume that your house
and
is worth
I-225.
400. We can
Then the
pay off
weather
your
is
existing
sunny
loans.
today. The high getting up towards
Right.
80, low getting down to
You'll be in a
48
fixed
tomorrow.
rate. You won't have a line of
181
credit
right now it's
because
78.
you're just going to
With
be
your
eligible
back traffic
for
and
enough
weather,
money
Aaron
to pay off your
Johnson,
existing
630
loan.
payout.
In Glenwood Springs,
Wait, so
just
then-
because summer has come to an end,
So you would
doesn't
have
mean
a
the
fixed rate
adventures
loan
have.
instead
So
of
come
one
visit
with a line
Glenwood
of
this
credit
fall.
because
While the
you're not
incredible colors
eligible
of
for
autumn
more than
are a
what
treat
you
for your
already
eyes.
raised.
They're hot
Does that make
springs
sense?
are a treat for the rest of your body.
Because see, if you let's
Okay,
say your
guys,
house is worth, let's say your house is worth
John Fuller will give you free legal advice just for the asking when it comes to personal injury. So if you're injured in an accident, call John. And he has guaranteed my listeners free consultations to answer all of your questions, give you legal advice. In fact, if you want to hire him and there's no obligation, still no cash out of pocket, he will take it on contingency. That means if he thinks you have a good case, he's going to take it for a percentage of what he collects for you. And of course, he'll give you free information, free legal advice, Fuller Law. When it comes to injuries, he's the one that can evaluate your case. 303-597-4500. We were talking about reverse loans as a financial tool. Here's another financial tool. It's called Become the Banker. It's really a process more than a product. Become the Banker is a process of getting a insurance policy, but it's not really for the insurance. You see, the government allows you to overfund insurance. That's right, and it grows tax-free. If you follow the process outlined at becomethebanker.org, you never have to pay tax on that. So you can have income through your life for buying cars and buying other things, going on vacation. That's why they call it Become the Banker. Then you pay yourself back. And then finally in retirement, you take out those payments and you don't pay them back. It's paid back by life insurance. Find out more. becomethebanker.org.
Okay, so a question. So you get a reverse mortgage, $400,000, right?
Okay, so let's go back to you. You sold your house.
No.
Let's just talk to you.
Okay.
You sold your house. I don't know how old you are. And so instead of
Old
taking all
fart.
the equity that you got for themselves, huh?
230.
Yeah. So let's say instead of using the money that you got from selling your house, you're gonna get a reverse mortgage. You're gonna keep that with you. So you're gonna take the purchase.
Finally ready for a life full of focus and better relationships? You can regain control of your drinking without having to quit completely. Meet LifeBack, a physician-approved, completely private, personalized plan for kicking problem drinking to the curb. Using a combination of doctor-supervised resources, proven in clinical studies to reduce the urge to overdrink in 92% of people, and in-app coaching and support tools, LifeBack makes drinking a choice rather than a habit we need. Every aspect of your LifeBack plan is managed on remote from the privacy of your phone, and medication is delivered discreetly to your doorstep without the need for in-person doctor appointments. Start the LifeBack program now and treat yourself to a life full of sharper focus,
I don't have a mortgage,
money,
and
and stronger relationships while still enjoying moderate drinking. Visit lifebac.com or call 888-959-8858 today to learn more. That's lifebac.com or call LifeBac today at 888-959-8858. Drink less, live more with LifeBack.
Now's the time to take advantage of these incredibly low mortgage rates. It really is, because as each day passes, we don't know what to expect. Could they drop more? Maybe. But are you going to really wait and see when rates are near all-time lows, and you could score a great deal right now by calling American Financing? Hey, it's Ross, reminding you to get a free mortgage review while rates are still historically low. Because a mortgage refinance really could mean up to $1,000 a month in monthly savings without resetting your term. That's right, they can write any loan term 10 years and over, but they'll only do it if it helps you. It really is a no-pressure experience that's focused on you, and they never charge upfront or hidden fees. So don't wait. Qualify for free.
It's a way. It's a little better
when you
than a conventional.
3-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies.